At this station, we will simulate a neurophysiological experiment on the leech's nervous system to learn more about the human nervous system. Neurons, which are the main cell of the nervous system, are responsible for handling information. They receive external stimulus, pass that stimulus on to other neurons, and also communicate with other parts of the body like muscles. There are 4 main parts to each neuron. These parts include the cell body, which is the main part of the neuron where the nucleus can be found, the dendrites, which are projections extending from the cell body that receive input from other neurons as well as other parts of the body, the axon, which is a long projection that allows the neuron to transmit information far distances, and lastly, the synapse, which is a specialized region that allows the neuron to transmit information both to other neurons as well as other parts of the body, like muscles. To communicate, neurons use electrical signals. These electrical signals are short, fast changes in voltage referred to as action potentials. A neuron changes its voltage to create an action potential by changing the permeability of its membrane. Specifically, this electrical voltage is generated by potassium and sodium ions. At rest, a neuron's membrane is only permeable to potassium ions, and in addition, there is more sodium ions outside than there is inside. However, the permeability of the membrane can change. When it becomes permeable to sodium ions, they will rush inside the neuron and create a positive action potential. The proteins responsible for changing the permeability of a neuron's membrane are referred to as ion channels. Ion channels can open and close to allow specific ions through the membrane. Those that permit potassium to enter the membrane are called potassium channels, while those that allow sodium to enter are referred to as sodium channels. During an action potential, sodium channels open quickly. Sodium ions will rush into the neuron, creating a positive action potential. After a short time, sodium ion channels will close and potassium channels will reopen. This will bring the neuron back to its negative resting state. The neuron transmits information about the severity of a stimulus by generating different numbers of action potentials. A weaker stimulus may result in only one action potential being generated, whereas a stronger stimulus may generate multiple action potentials. These action potentials and changes in electrical signals can be detected with electrodes. When the neuron is at rest, a flat line will appear. When a positive action potential occurs, a spike can be seen. In both the nervous systems of humans and leeches, there are a variety of different types of neurons responsible for different types of information. The electrical signals of these neurons can be used to identify the type of neuron that we are looking at. For example, a sensory neuron may be responsible for detecting and carrying touch information from a specific part of the body to the brain. In a leech, neurons may be responsible for different types of stimuli, including pressure, touch, pain, and more. In humans, there are 3 different types of neurons. Sensory neurons are responsible for converting external stimuli to internal stimuli. Motor neurons are connected to the central nervous system and may indirectly or directly control muscles. Interneurons act as the middlemen between sensory and motor neurons and are responsible for both internal stimuli and muscle stimuli. We are going to explore how a leech's nervous system reacts to certain stimuli. I'm going to provide you with data and figures obtained when a leech was connected to an electrode. You are going to use this information to identify different types of neurons and also answer the related questions.